So our final piece, I think, it's a good lesson in don't judge a book by its cover. It's called 10 Dance Studies in Jazz Idiom for Trombone Quintet. I can't even say the title. So the story behind this piece is Caltech has a recording studio, and the trombone choir was in there, and we were doing a little bit of recording. We just sort of were bored, and being trombone players, we like to explore, so we were sort of looking through the cabinets. And we found this box just chock full of trombone music, trombone choir. Apparently back at some point in the past, there had been another trombone choir at Caltech, and we found all this music. And so we were tearing through this music, and we sort of found this one, and we're like, wow, this title makes it sound terrible, but we decided to read through it anyways, and it really has some fantastic pieces within it. So don't judge a book by its cover. I think we were trying to come up with another name. I think Jazz Hands, I think at one point we called it Jazz Idiots. But I think it's almost appropriate just to keep the title how it is, because you get to a sense for what the music is completely independent of what the piece is called. So we're going to play six out of the 10 jazz idioms. Let me see if I can remember which ones. We're going to play a foxtrot, a beguine, a ballad, a cha-cha, a blues, and then we'll wrap up with a can-can. everybody for coming. Thank you to the cornet choir. You guys were awesome. And enjoy the rest of your day.